The busy railways of Sodor share many things in common. Hard-working engines, rattling trucks, comfortable coaches, lots of jobs, and a very important aspect that often gets overlooked: the engine's crews. Both driver and fireman are crucial to keeping an engine running smoothly. They look after their engines and drive them accordingly. Thomas and Percy are especially happy to see them during winter mornings, as their firemen are quick to warm up their cold boilers. Whenever the crew is absent, it can lead to dangerous situations, hence why they are always needed. But one day, the Fat Controller came to see Boco with unfortunate news.
Hello, Boco. I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. Your driver has been moved to another engine to work on the other railway. A dockside diesel, to be exact. A new one is starting tomorrow. I know this is quite a sudden change, but you are one of my most sensible engines, and I hope you'll soon get along well with your new driver.
Boco was most surprised.
What a shame. But I'll try, sir.
Thank you, Boco. Now, if you excuse me, I got a certain lead engine who is refusing to pull trucks to address.
Boco chuckled as the Fat Controller left the yard. Later that evening, the diesel slid into the sheds and spoke with his driver one last time. I'm not gonna lie, old boy. Driving you was the most fun I've ever had in my life. But I'm not the young man I used to be, and some light work is ideal for me right now.
It's alright, driver. Even if it's time to part our ways, we've had our adventures.
Oh, you can bet on that. I will never forget this island that easily. Especially not those twins.
Goodbye, driver.
Goodbye, Boco. Hopefully we'll meet again, old boy.
I hope so too.
The driver waved goodbye to Boco and set on his way. As the other engines gathered round, for the first time ever, home didn't quite feel like home for Boco. And soon, all the happy memories were replaced by one single question. How was his new driver gonna be? The next morning, most of the engines had already left the sheds when a disoriented man walked in. Percy looked at him curiously.
Hello, is everything alright?
Sorry, I'm new around here. I'm here to drive an engine called Boco. They told me it's green. Could you be in by any chance, or is it that tender engine over there?
The man said, referring to Henry. Percy chuckled.
I'm sorry, but no to both. I'm Percy, and the engine you pointed out is Henry. Boco is actually there.
Boco was resting a few berths away. Upon sight of Boco, the man let out a frown.
Oh, a diesel. Well, thank you, Percy.
No problem. Welcome to the railway.
The driver then walked up to Boco.
Hello, I'm your new driver.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm a Metropolitan Vickers Diesel Electric Type 2. But you can call me Boco.
Nice to meet you too. Let's leave formalities for later. I don't want to be late on my first day,
said the new driver. But in reality, he was very nervous. He had never driven a diesel engine before, and was hoping to be driving a steam engine instead. After fiddling around in the control panel, Boco shuddered to a start. He sighed as he knew this was a bad sign. Once Boco set for the yards, the driver thought he was already getting the hang of it. But when Boco approached his train, he was still going too fast.
Slow down, driver!
Right.
He did slow down, but still bumped the trucks quite roughly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Boco apologized, but was rather upset at the new driver. When he tried to start again, he began going in reverse.
Hey, we're moving backwards. Set the reverser forward.
The man promptly did, and they began to roll forward. From that moment onward, Boco had to keep correcting his driver's mistakes. In some way, he became the driver of his own driver. A few days had passed, and for Boco it felt like ages. But the driver was starting to get the hang of the controls. More or less. He felt pleased and proud of his accomplishment, and didn't need his engine to remind him what to do anymore. If anything, he had grown stubborn, and didn't like to be told anything anymore. One morning, Boco collected a goods train at the harbor. Their destination was set for Crosby as he set off. The journey went smooth at first, but as they passed Edward Station, Boco swayed on the points, going towards the branch line. The signalman had accidentally set the points in the wrong direction, and Boco tried to warn his driver.
Driver, we're going the wrong way. Crosby's down the main line.
I might be relatively new, but I'm sure this is the right way.
But I tell you it isn't. This is where Edward usually runs.
But it was no use. The driver carried on, refusing to listen to Boco. And much to its surprise, after a few stations, they'd end up at Brendam Docks.
I told you it was the wrong way. Now we're at the docks. Let's just get out of the way. There's a small yard nearby.
The driver's confidence was shattered, as he then finally listened and unwillingly backed down in the yard. Unfortunately for the both of them, the fat controller was nearby, talking to Rosie. When he finished, he was startled at the sight of Boco.
Boco, what are you doing here?
Well, you see, sir, the signalman had mistakenly sent us towards the wrong line.
But the junction is miles from here.
The driver then exited out of the cab, looking quite glum as he began to confess.
It was my fault, sir. The points were set wrong, but I didn't listen to Boco telling me it was the wrong way. If we're here, it's because of me.
While I do appreciate sincerity, I do not appreciate deliberate ignorance. I know that you're still evidently new here, but I expect my workers to use common sense and leave their pompousness behind. That means taking care and working in tune with others, especially their engine in this case. As of now, I hope you have learned your lesson. You can turn around at the docks and go back. I'll inform the station of the unscheduled delay. Better late than never, after all.
Yes, sir.
The driver stepped back in the cab and set off with Boco. The twins laughed as they had seen everything. As they headed for Crosby, the driver listened to Boco and remained silent. He had realized that being ignorant can send you down the wrong path instead.
For cheers, I think, but here's a little cheer. A lot of people like it. It goes like this. Rat shit, bat shit, dirty old twat. 69 assholes tied in a knot. Hooray! Lizard shit, fuck! Rat shit, bat shit, dirty old twat. 69 assholes tied in a knot. Hooray! Lizard shit, fuck! I'm gonna cut you